Hello friends, today's topic is dating with herpes part 2. Let's rant.
Hey guys, welcome back, and we're having a lovely conversation on confidence with dating with herpes. Yes, I said it. I said herpes. Don't freak out. It ain't that deep. So if you are someone who either found out you have herpes by a partner who didn't disclose it from the beginning, or born with it, or all that stuff, you all know what it is, because you can be born with herpes. But the most common thing is either your partner didn't disclose it and boom, now you have it, and now you're into this little family here. If that is the case and you do not know how to have confidence or do not know how to enter the dating world, this video is for you, or also for awareness if you have a partner who also has herpes. So one, we can't talk about dating without talking about having confidence. If you do not have confidence because you just found out you have herpes, literally it took me 1.5 years to have confidence and to come out and tell the world, basically, because I did tell, and I got like 5,000, 6,000 views on that video, that I have herpes. It took a minute. It's all in your time. If you do it too fast, you're really just probably faking it, or you're not going to be comfortable with the reactions that you get because you're not that confident with yourself. So for me, confidence came with a lot of self-reflecting and realizing that I am not the problem, that I am still me. No one is better than me just because I have this, that I am still a regular person, just have to follow a certain set of rules and understanding about herpes. When you understand that having herpes is literally just an outbreak that happens every other year or every year, it's different with every person, then you're literally completely fine, as long as you're okay with disclosing it and just accepting it for what the fuck it is. So for me, it was a little bit rough because I didn't like to look in the mirror. I didn't like people looking at me. Normally I was used to the attention of getting like looked at, and I just didn't want people to look at me because I felt like disgusted, like you don't know what you're looking at, like this is what I have but you don't know, like this is all false. This was all self-destruction mindset. This is not the case of what it is. Like, once I started changing that aspect and realizing that I'm still fucking me, that it is okay, that I'm a beautiful individual, like my soul is pretty, I am kind, and like this is what this is and this is what it ain't, then that's when I accepted the fact that I'm not going to have people treat me as less of a person, that I am still a solid, worthy, dateable person, that I just have one thing that I have to disclose, and if this person cannot accept that this is what it is, then they gotta go. Like, there are so many people in the world that it's not the end of the world for you. And if they're just the bird brain, which is what I call people who do not know anything about it but are quick to assume what it is, I call them bird brains, because who needs bird brains in their life? Is it really your loss or is it their loss? Is it really that they're a shitty person? Yeah, maybe they are. You know what I mean? But also you have to respect what they decide, because that's them. If they do not want to be a part of this and do not want to make changes to their world according to you to accommodate you, then that's fine. Maybe you're not meant to be in their life. So that's where confidence comes into play. If you can be able to accept you for who you are and be able to discuss something with a partner and take the negative response and positive response, because you do not know if you're going to get a negative response or a positive response. If you can take them both with a grain of salt, then there you go, baby. Like, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You're a confident individual and you are welcomed in this dating world. But I do not recommend you go into the dating world if you do not have these two things, because if you take a negative response really bad, you're not going to want to go back into the dating world, because you're going to think everybody's like that. If you have an acceptance of a negative response, then you're okay. You know what I mean? You have to be set in stone and ready to have the conversation with the partner that you have of the do's and the don'ts, of what it is and what it ain't. And when you can have that conversation and take either or response, that's when you know that you're confident, ready, that you accept what it is, and you're able to educate others on what it is to continue your regular life. Now let's get into the fun part. So I did not end up in the dating scene until like 4-5 months ago. When I say confidence is a big part, I was in a relationship for 6 months with herpes, but this person would not kiss me, would wear a condom when they would fuck me, would literally shut down at the mere fact of even having a conversation about it. Would shut down, did not want nothing to do, get super defensive. Basically, the person was with me, but didn't want to acknowledge what I have and have a grown conversation. Because it's not up here, I don't have herpes up here, and even if I did, you can kiss me if I'm not having an outbreak. It's the same thing down there. We can fuck with or without a condom if I'm not having an outbreak. As long as I'm on my pills and I'm doing good, you're fine. Trust me. So that was my first. I didn't know it was a bad thing. I accepted it because I didn't have confidence. I accepted it for what it was. I accepted it for 6 to 7 months. When, baby, you do not deserve that. You are not someone to be hidden. You are not someone who deserves less because of what someone did to you. You deserve exactly what everybody else deserves because there's nothing wrong with you. So when I say I ended up in the dating world like 4 or 5 months ago, it's because I came out on TikTok and told everybody. So my first thing is, if there's a person who's talking to me and we're like a week in and we're like deep, we're talking, I'm like, hey, I have something to tell you, but I usually just send them to TikTok and I'm like, do you still feel like talking? Do you still feel like going on with this? And if they're like yes or no, then I take it with a grain of salt. Then we become friends or we carry on into what to do for the dating world, you know. I'm so bad, but you know what I mean, because not everything's about that, but it is part of it. So yeah, as long as, and that usually does work out for me pretty well, because like I said, I don't think herpes is a bad thing. I think for me, since I'm an outgoing person and a talkative person, if this person cannot comprehend what herpes is and is like completely shut off and guarded, then this person is not mature enough to understand and have a grown conversation. You do not need this person in your life. Like, you are not the issue, that person is. And they can go on about their business. You know what I mean? Because you should be able to have a grown conversation with this person that you like so much. Do you know what I mean? So my dating has been pretty decent. I will say that I still need to have, because me using the videos and sending them out there and saying, do you still want to talk? Yeah, that's a cool way to go about it, but I still need to have conversations face to face about it too, because I still get shy, I still get nervous, I still have some guarded defense up. Like, I am not completely perfect, but I'm still confident enough to be like, hey, this is what it is, this is what it ain't. Do you still want to talk? Which is the main thing you need to have out there. Please do not be the person who gave it to you and did not disclose it. Do not just think that just because you're not having an outbreak and you're fucking this person, that you're going to tell them later and that they're going to be okay with it, because they're not. You took away their decision. You basically broke trust, and it's not the way. You just became another person in the cycle who did it to you. And you will not feel good. Because what do you expect? Like, you're going to stay with this person for a long time and then finally tell them out of nowhere? They're going to feel so heartbroken and deceived. Do not do it. Don't do it. Always disclose. Time and place, that is all up to you, but trust me, you're gonna feel when it's time. You're gonna feel weird, you're gonna feel like it needs to come out. Baby, just do it. This also goes with, I've never had a negative response to having herpes from telling people, and my first response to telling an actual person face to face before I came onto TikTok and told the whole fucking world, that person gave me so much reassurance, gave me a hug, talked to me, was like, thank you for telling me, because I know you didn't have that same opportunity to have a conversation, and I really appreciate you. That's my first ever response ever telling someone, ever. Because when I first found out that I had it, I was already in a situationship. That's the 6 or 7 month one. So I never actually had to have the conversation with them because we found out together. So now if I had a negative response, like I said, my mindset is, well, shit, maybe you don't need to be in my life because you're not mature enough to have this conversation. And there are other people, trust me, there are other people who are willing to understand. Trust me. Trust. I know. So, confidence is key, babes. It's not the end of the world. Love yourself. Accept yourself for who you are. And if you have any questions, just DM me and I will have more videos on this topic.
Dating with herpes, I see. What do you think about this video? Comment down below. Thank you for watching. Until next video.